When the Fed blinks, it's not just a headline. It crashes through the market like a thunderclap that shatters certainty, shaking even the toughest hedge funds to their core. Imagine all the plans, the models, the positions meticulously built, suddenly thrown off balance because the central bank just threw a curve nobody saw coming. This moment isn't just a blip on the radar, it's a battlefield where seconds count and the difference between profit and ruin is razor thin. For hedge funds, when the Fed hesitates, it's not a pause. It's a warning siren that demands complete recalibration. The question burning in every strategist's mind is, how do the titans of finance respond when the ultimate puppeteer reveals doubt? Because make no mistake, the Fed's blink isn't weakness. It's a seismic event with power to rewrite the game. You felt it yourself, the crushing weight of uncertainty, where forecasts collapse, volatility spikes, and the ripple effect drags you into a hunt for answers. The pain of missed signals, the frustration of chasing a market already 2 steps ahead, the gut-wrenching fear of being left behind or wiped out. Hedge funds live on precision, on anticipating moves before they happen. But when the Fed falters, every edge evaporates. This isn't just a test of cleverness, it's a test of survival. Yet within this chaos lies a brutal truth you already know deep down. Comfort is the enemy. Those who panic are doomed. Those who double down on the old scripts will crash. The answer lies not in reacting, but in transcending the reaction. The elite hedge funds, the ones staying not just afloat but dominating, do something radically different. They don't just watch the Fed, they watch the whisper beneath the blink. They read between the lines of every utterance, parse every hesitation, and decode the chaos into a new kind of signal. Tiny, fast, borderline invisible to most, but lethal in impact. It's not about following the herd or what the market shouts. It's about redefining the reality at speeds the general world can't follow. Those funds transform the Fed's blink into an opportunity to rewrite the rules. How? By mastering what no one else dares to master. Agility coupled with a mindset carved from unrelenting discipline and acute skepticism. First, they strip themselves of every assumption drilled into them by decades of normal markets. They dismantle beliefs about how things should work and resist the seductive trap of hoping the system won't betray them this time. Instead, they embrace the raw uncertainty, turning it from threat into weapon. Every blink by the Fed means a chance to uncover hidden inefficiencies, mispriced risks that others overlook out of panic or disbelief. The elite are ready to deploy lightning-fast capital shifts across geographies and sectors that look nonsensical to slow minds, but are calculated in a network of interconnected bets fed by alternative data, machine learning, and granular real-time information. The Fed's blink is their starting pistol. Second, they leverage asymmetric information flows. It's not enough to understand the Fed statements. They integrate cross-market signals, the interplay of credit spreads, bond yields, equity momentum, macroeconomic whispers, even behavioral data showing how large institutions and retail are reacting. These layers combine into a hyper-compressed intelligence, allowing these hedge funds to anticipate secondary shocks and position for them. While most scramble, they are already deploying counter moves, selling strength where others buy, buying weakness where others panic. This is no gamble. It's a game of chess played on multiple boards simultaneously. Third, and this is where most fail, these managers refuse to become slaves to convention or to the comfort of large, bloated positions. When the Fed shows signs of blinking, liquidity can vanish in milliseconds, and the worst mistake is being overexposed in faded trades. The truly exceptional funds shrink positions, tilt heavily towards optionality, those instruments that explode in value if volatility surges or confidence collapses. They become masters of the nonlinear, where small bets can create outsized payoffs. They don't just survive the storm, they profit from the cracks it reveals. They understand that power is found in nimbleness, not stubbornness. But here's the catch, and it's brutal for many. This level of mastery demands ruthless self-awareness and the courage to discard old maps. No hedge fund can cling safely to legacy strategies and expect to thrive when the Fed's signals shift from certainty into doubt. The blink exposes those who trusted the comfort of rules to a violent reckoning. It demands a total mental reset, to question everything, to break every bias, to burn every assumption. It demands that each player become sovereign in their will, trusting their own devices, blending cold calculation with an instinct sharpened by relentless practice. The markets are no longer playgrounds for the passive, only the fiercely adaptive thrive here. This redefines leadership in investing. The leaders aren't those clinging to titles or historical success. They're those who build new systems to decode uncertainty faster than anyone else can react. They forge relationships within a network of rare, radical minds who push each other to stretch boundaries beyond the obvious. No one thrives alone when the Fed's blink sends tremors. It's the synergy between those who refuse to settle for mediocrity and those who burn with the hunger to redefine possible that produces true edge. Collaboration here isn't comfort, it's the fundamental catalyst for transformation. Those who isolate themselves in this moment doom themselves to paralysis. At a deeper level, the blink is not just financial, it's a metaphor for the system's tremors, for the fragility underlying every institution we rely on. The Fed's hesitation reveals how fragile the current world order really is, how fragile your strategies, your beliefs, your so-called control over fate might be. If the blink stokes fear, it's because it unlocks a deeper truth. The old rules are breaking, and only those ready to step beyond illusions of safety can find true freedom and power. This is the call to stop being prisoners of the system's illusions and become architects of a new kind of investing, rooted in authenticity, relentless questioning, and a fierce refusal to settle. The market, the real market, rewards those who embody these traits with not just survival, but with the power to build wealth where others burn. So, what you do in this moment is more than adjusting trades. It's revolutionizing your mind. It's about shedding comfort like a dead skin and stepping into uncertainty with a warrior's calm. Start by dismantling outdated beliefs about risk and value. Understand that in a world where the Fed blinks, risk is not just a number on a spreadsheet, it's a living, breathing force that demands respect and constant vigilance. Build real-time feedback loops that digest diverse signals from every corner of the financial universe. Embrace models that don't predict then hope, but adapt on the fly, constantly recalibrating to the pulse of the market's chaos. This is not chaos to fear. It's the ultimate tool if wielded rightly. Next, cultivate true optionality. Hunt for instruments or structures that behave disproportionately well in times of uncertainty. Options, volatility products, credit hedges, flexible multi-asset setups. But don't just buy these blindly. Learn to time and weight them with precision born from deep understanding of market psychology and structural flows. Look beyond traditional asset classes and embrace complexity with humility and purpose. The blink is a signal that simplicity has limits, that success now depends on mastering complexity elegantly, not drowning in it. Finally, build your network, not for surface-level connections, but for honest, brutal collaboration with those who push limits and refuse compromise. Share insights, challenge assumptions, build strategies that transcend borders and old hierarchies. This network is your lifeline, your secret weapon against isolation and obsolete thinking. It is here that misaligned brilliance becomes aligned power. Hedge funds that survive and prosper when the Fed blinks are never solo acts. They are nodes in a system forged by rare minds daring to reshape the future. There is no room here for conformity, no space for passivity. Those who panic will be crushed in the blink's aftermath. Those who wait for markets to go back to normal will breathe in the toxic fumes of lost capital and shattered dreams. But those who understand that the Fed's hesitation is not failure, but an invitation, will unlock doors others never see. This moment calls for courage, for fierce independence, and relentless evolution. If the Fed blinks and you feel frozen, remember, the blink whispers that the old certainties are gone. Peace belongs only to those ready to evolve, to reconstruct reality from the foundation up. This is the edge where survival and domination separate. It is in this crucible that the rare become the architects of what's next. The market rewards those who dare to burn with a fire no fear can extinguish, no hesitation can stall. This is the moment to awaken from the comfort that chains you, to rebel against the mediocrity the system forces on you, and to build a new kind of power, one born of fierce sovereignty, brutal honesty, and unwavering resolve. When the Fed blinks, don't flinch. Step forward, rewrite the rules, redefine the game. Because in that blink lies everything: risk, chaos, but also absolute opportunity. The future belongs to those who dare reshape it.